My name is Stephen Dubner, and you and I have at least two things in common. Number one, we both graduated from Appalachian State University, so way to go. Number two, we both failed to attend our graduation ceremony in person. Now, you have a good reason, which is a global pandemic. I, meanwhile, was just in too much of a hurry to get on with life. I was already off the mountain by the time graduation happened, playing music and writing and trying a few other things. And the reason I was in such a big hurry to get on with life was because of all the extraordinary experiences I had at Appalachian. I hope you feel the same way. I learned so many things. I tried so many things. I met so many people who still influence me today that I just couldn't wait to get out into the world. But let's not ignore the elephant in the room. The world right now is weird. This is not the world you had planned to graduate into. The plan you had, maybe the job you had, everything's been scrambled, frozen by this invisible little virus. So what are you going to do about it? There are a lot of ways you could respond. You could do what a lot of people do and complain. I live in New York, so I hear a lot of that. You could do what some people do and just accept the reality, try to be understanding and patient. Or you could use this opportunity as a chance to do something wild. Now, what wild thing should you do? I have no idea. That's for you to figure out. Maybe you will invent something, rethink something, make peace between longtime enemies. Whatever it is, you can do something bigger and better than you've ever done before. You know, entrepreneurs love to talk about disruption, and in the stories that entrepreneurs tell, they're always the heroes, the disruptors who come in from outside to shake up the status quo. But now, we've all been disrupted. Is this a huge challenge? Yes. Is it also, however, an opportunity? That's an even bigger yes. It's an opportunity to do some wild thing. Now, most of us have been encouraged, our whole lives really, to make the smart choices in life, the safe choice, the comfortable choice. I get that. Smart is good. Safety is important in some measure. Comfort is, well, it's comfortable. But just think how different our world would be if there hadn't been a few wild thinkers in our collective past. We'd still be living in mud huts, fighting each other over the last scrap of grizzle. And instead, we've got astrophysics and medicine and democracy and GPS and Wi-Fi and thousands of other things that would not exist if some wild person hadn't been willing to challenge the status quo. Now, often, they did this at great personal expense. New ideas are always threatening until everyone else figures out that your new idea was actually as good as you always knew it was. So here's my one piece of advice to you today. Figure out something wild that you and only you can do, something you may not think you're capable of doing. Now, that's easy to say, of course, much harder to do. So let's look at it that way. Why is it so hard to do wild things? I think there are three principal reasons: fear, lack of confidence, and laziness. Now, each of these problems requires a different solution. Let's start with fear. My biggest regret from college is all the things that I didn't try, all the people I didn't get to know out of fear. Now, what was there to be scared of? You're scared of looking silly or dumb or looking like you don't know what you're doing. You're scared of failing. But here's what I've since learned about these things. Nobody really cares. Nobody really is paying that much attention to what you're doing. And maybe failing at. There's a term for this in psychology. It's called the spotlight effect. You feel as if there's always a spotlight trained on you and that everybody's watching. The fact is, they're not. They're thinking about their own problems. So think about that and try to lose the fear. Number 2, lack of confidence. I get this. It's hard to have the confidence to try something wild because you've never done it before. So you have to figure out how to do it. Fortunately, it has never been easier in the history of the world to figure out how to do anything than it is today. Copernicus did what he did without YouTube, even without Khan Academy. There are literally millions of people today to ask for guidance, to help you figure things out, maybe even your parents. So do that. And the third reason it's hard to do wild things, laziness. I'm not sure whether that's the hardest of the 3 or the easiest. I feel that sometimes you just have to trick yourself out of being lazy. So one thing I try to do is surround myself with unlazy people and hope it'll rub off. You could also pay someone to set your alarm 2 hours earlier than you normally would. Or you could incentivize yourself. You could reward yourself with an ice cream or a beer after every hour that you work really hard on this wild thing. So you might put on a few pounds, but you won't be so lazy anymore. So that's how to do some wild thing. And here's why you should do it. First, I want you to think of 3 people that you are going to thank for helping you graduate today. Maybe it's a parent, a professor, a friend, whatever. Make a note to personally thank 3 people later on today. Now, make a list of 3 people you would like to thank you someday for that wild thing you are going to do. Maybe it's someone you love very much. Maybe it's someone you haven't even met. Maybe it's someone who hasn't even been born yet. How good would that feel to know that the wild thing you're working on will affect a future generation? There's a lot of research showing that one of the best ways to make yourself happy is to do things that help other people. It's a little bit counterintuitive. You might say, now wait a minute. Everyone is out for themselves. The world is really competitive. Don't I have the right to my own ambition? Of course you do. But as with everything, the key is moderation. It's a delicate balance between your own wild ambition and the dream of helping others. There is a beautiful expression of this delicate balance. It's attributed to Hillel, a Jewish sage from about 2,000 years ago. Here's how Hillel put it. If I am not for myself, who will be for me? If I am only for myself, what am I? And if not now, when? I thank you for listening to me today. Congratulations. Good luck. And let me know how you do with your wild thing. Seriously, I would love to hear from you. My email is dubner@freakonomics.com. In the meantime, take care of yourself, and if you can, someone else too.